Hey guys, it's Mr. Layton, and we're talking about how to practice and what to practice. It's really important. Now, I know, hey, let's be honest, the word practice is the dreaded word by everybody. And when you think about it, you're thinking about homework, but really the benefits and the results from practicing is crucial for your success as a future musician or to continue your success as a musician that's going to be growing into more advanced stuff. So let's break down how to practice and what to practice. Make a practice space. You're more likely to practice if it's easy to get your instrument. Have it set up so you can see it, because if you like walk by it, you know, oh, I should practice, or just open up your case every day, and that way you can see your horn. Okay, it's a reminder. It's a visual reminder. Set a time each day to practice, the same time every day. Let's just pretend that you get home, we get out of school at 2:58, right? You get home, you start like maybe get a snack, and at 4:30, that's when you practice, and you practice from 4:30 to 5 o'clock. Or if you're in a symphonic band, or if you're in concert band or beginning band, 4:30 to 4:45. That's not a lot of time. You pick up your instrument, start playing some of it, work on mouthpiece buzzing, and then 5 minutes turns into 10 minutes, and all of a sudden you're done practicing. But you need no distractions. So eliminate distractions like your phone, your TV, your computer. Try to find a spot where you're practicing where there's no distractions from your pets or your family members, okay? And then like solid focus practice for 10, 15 minutes. Now set up a routine that includes a warm up, assign music, like the music we work on in our books or in class, and then play something fun, music you enjoy, music maybe you found on the internet or YouTube. Before you put away your instrument and you're done, play something you enjoy. So practice the hardest section first. Practice that first, and the measures you're going to practice before that hard section leading into it, and then practice the measures coming out of that hard section. So you practice before going into the hardest section, and then you're practicing the hardest section leaving into another section. That's how you're going to get the most out of your practice and fix those mistakes, right? So get prepared for emotional blocks. You're going to get frustrated, but you need to get over those blocks. They're like a little wall. Once you hit it enough times, you're going to get over that wall, and you're going to find out that it's easier and you're going to be better. So I've never met a student that said things were completely easy. Everybody has a challenge. So there are advantages in having a routine. So setting a goal, setting a consistent practice time, and doing all those things. Okay. Now let's talk about a metronome and a tuner. Every time you play with a metronome and tuner. So what is a metronome? Maybe you don't know, but a metronome is a device that helps keep time for you, right? A tuner is to make sure you're getting the right note. Now, this picture is showing a Korg TM50, and right now it has the note A at 442. Actually, we're not turning to 442, and that's more technical stuff. But you want to make sure that if you're playing an A on your instrument, right now I'm hearing the piano, but that you're getting that note and it's correct, and the tuner's going to tell you that. So when you're working on your first notes, or you're just beginning, or maybe you're making sure that like you're working on that passage, check those notes, and you can check them with the tuner, because that's the truth. Okay. You could download one for free on your phone, or you could find one online like tuneronline.com. Metronome is the device that keeps time for you. Okay. So you could also buy a tuner like this Korg that's both of those things. It runs on batteries, and you can throw it in your backpack, or you just leave it at home. It's really handy to have, and you don't have to worry about your phone dying, or oh, my phone's plugged in, or whatever it is, right? This will keep time for you, and you'll have to work at playing with a metronome, because it's hard at first, and you'll get frustrated with that. But once you take it slow and you work with a metronome, you'll get better at it. Okay. So I want you to practice slow. Slow practice is going to equal fast progress. Our tendency is to want to go fast. Like even me and other professionals, it's like, oh, we want to play as fast as we can. That's when we start to make mistakes and we're not doing it correctly. So we need to practice things slowly and making sure that we're getting done correctly with precision, rhythmic precision, and articulations, making sure all our articulations are right, all our notes are right. And so we're thinking about all those things. Here's a couple things to ask yourself while you're practicing. Number one, am I playing with the most beautiful tone? So that's playing with a good sound. That's number one. Am I keeping a steady beat or tempo? That's number two. So tone and time, really important. Then number three, are you playing all the right rhythms? Are quarter notes quarter notes? Are eighth notes eighth notes? What about those dotted rhythms? Do you know how to play those things? What about ties? That's where it starts to get tricky for a lot of my students. And it's simply because you're not thinking about accurate rhythms and then you're not counting in your head. So you got to start counting in your head and subdividing eighth notes. Number four, do I play the correct note? So that's when we were talking about the tuner. Or am I checking my key signature? Like, do I know that I have sharps and flats on my key signature all the way through the piece, even though it's not marked next to the note with an accidental? And if you don't know what those things are, look them up. You have all the tools in the palm of your hand, that little glowing rectangle that sits in your pocket all day that you pull out and look at pictures. Yeah, why don't you just use Google to look up some of these musical terms so that you can be empowered by knowledge? Number five, am I playing the correct articulations? Am I using my tongue properly? That's what an articulation is. It's like, how am I playing now? It's supposed to be short, that's staccato, or is it supposed to be long and connected, like legato? Or is it supposed to be slurred? So articulations matter. Is it supposed to be accented? That's that little sideways thing. And today a student just said, oh, that's a greater than or equals, less than equals sign. No, it's an accent. And music, it's not math. The math is in the counting. This means you play it slightly louder. Number six, am I playing with the correct volume? Am I using the correct dynamics? Do you read what's below the music too? So once you get the notes down and the rhythms, now you got to start reading the things above the note, the articulations, and then you got to start reading the things below the note, the dynamics and the other directions. Okay. And number seven, am I using a metronome and tuner? Always use a metronome and tuner because it is the truth. Okay. Now, if you're a beginner, if you're in beginning band, you need to be practicing 10 minutes a day. 15 is better. If you're in concert band, you need to be practicing 15 minutes to 20 minutes a day. And if you're in symphonic band or an advanced group, you should be practicing 30 minutes to 45 minutes a day. An hour is the best. But I tell you what, this is a joke. On my screen, you're seeing Ling Ling 40 hours, right? There's not 40 hours in a day. But it's a joke because these YouTubers, Two Set Violin, they said, Ling Ling practices 40 hours. So Ling Ling is the best violin player in the whole world because of that. And that's what it takes. It's not about a magic wand, okay? There's no miracle. There's no miracle fix and there's no just becoming a great musician. You have to sit and do the hard work. You have to dedicate yourself to consistency and effective time practice on the hard stuff, and you'll get better. Now, if you're noodling on stuff you already know, that's not practicing, right? What's practicing is you're practicing your buzzing, you're practicing scales, you're practicing articulations, you're practicing your music in class. That's practicing. The fun stuff is like, oh, I already know how to play this. That you save that for the end before you put it away, okay? That's how you practice and that's what you practice. And I'll tell you what, here's my biggest tip of all. When you get better, things get easier. When you get better, you play with better people. When you get better, you play better music that's more fun. And then when you get better, you're having more fun. That's what I want you to have is more fun. Okay? Let's get better so you can be playing more challenging stuff and have more fun. And then if you have any questions, let me know. I'll help you out. I'm here to help you every step of the way, but you have to take that first step and ask. Okay. All the resources are available to you. You could drop me a line or just seeing me in class. All right, thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next video.